everyone, this is Michelle. I am a independent chalk couture designer. Sorry, that came out sounding really weird. I apologize about that. I am coming in showing a video about the November chalk couture design. I apologize for getting this out late in the month because it came out at the beginning. I couldn't decide on how I wanted to do it or how I wanted to design it. I was very indecisive, and I didn't want to go on and do a design that I wasn't happy with, and just to do it. It's like I'm very picky on what I want. If I'm not ready to design something, I can't just design. So, but let me tell you a little about Chalk Couture. Chalk Couture is a home DIY kind of designing company where you use silk transfers and you use chalk paste, chalk couture ink. You can use them on almost any types of surfaces like chalkboards. Let's see, you can use them on chalkboards. Oh my gosh, I'm lost for words right now. I've had some issues this morning trying to get this video on. My gosh. You can put them on pillowcases, shirts like this one, different types of boards. Like there's different types of chalkboards that they have out there. You can put them on, I can't even think of what they're called. They're just like I can't think of the word. But they're different types of boards. Like I have one up there in the corner. It's it says Mary on the board. It's canvas. That's what it is. And then I have different shapes of chalkboards. Let's see if I can get it to zoom over a little bit more. I have like that one's a hexagon that I have Joyful Christmas on for Mary with the Santa. There's a 10-inch chalkboard for Happy Holidays. I do have one underneath it, but you can't quite see it. But there's another one right behind me, right behind my head, next to me, that I have a piece dove on that I did not too long ago, just a couple nights ago. And that one's just like a smaller round board. You know, so we do have a whole bunch of different boards that we can do on, but you can also get boards from different places. It doesn't have to be with Chalk Couture, so that's the nice thing about it. You can do it on glass, picture frames, anything. You just have to have the chalk paste. So chalk paste, this one's actually a shimmer one. This one is regular chalk paste. You do get to use chalk ink, little squeegees to put them on, things like that. And then you just get the silk transfer, the design to be able to use. That will help you make your designs. And then the other nice thing about it is that you can use the designs, but you can also mix and match the designs. So if you see something on one design that might look nice with another design, you can actually take part of it and use it with something else, which I have done with certain things like that farmhouse Christmas truck right behind my head. That was like a farmhouse Christmas with the trees from another and the trees from another pattern or transfer. The truck is from another transfer. The deer is also from another transfer. So that was like 3 different transfers. And then there's the elf right there. So Naughty or Nice is from one transfer, and then the elf made me do it is all one transfer. So I kind of wanted the elf, but I thought it would be neat to do the Naughty or Nice with it. So that's the other thing about it, is that you can mix and match and make one whole design out of it. Like this for this shirt, I used the Chalk Couture ink, and you just put it right on the shirt. And this was actually all came from one transfer, which you can't get off the website. This one is a retired transfer, but I was able to receive it from one of my other designers that happened to be selling it, so I was able to receive it. But which I was like really excited about because I believe in my faith and I love crosses and stuff like that. So I made myself a shirt, but this came from one transfer. So that just kind of explains what Couture is and all the amazing stuff that we can do with it. So let's get to the project now. So I have decided that I wanted to kind of do a little bit with some shimmer gold, some shimmer copper, and then I have parakeet as my green, but then I also have poppy because I'm kind of running out of my candy apples. I'm kind of trying to stretch it until I can order some more, and I'm kind of gearing it to my little piece that I want to add, my little endorsement that I want to add to my piece here. So it has like this little red bird with it, which I thought would go really good with this. Which, like I said, it was taking me a while to really decide how I wanted to do this, just because I wanted to do it, but I also wanted to make it look nice and really pop for Christmas, things like that. So I was really debating on how I wanted to make it stand out because I didn't want it just to read the words. And so finally I had decided on this, and since it has some copper and gold in it, and I knew I wanted to, liked this red bird, I decided I kind of wanted to use some of those same colors. So let's get to showing you what November's Club Couture is. And I think if some of you guys know about Couture or have heard about it, you probably have already heard what November's Club Couture or Couture, November's Club Couture is. If not, here it is. Okay, so I do have my buzzing cloth, so let's go down. You won't be able to see me as well anymore, so I apologize. But as long as you get to see what I'm doing here, that's priority. You want to see what I'm doing. So let's get to it. Okay, enough talking about me. All right, so if you get into the Club Couture, which Club Couture, for the nice thing about that is it's a monthly program. You get to sign up. It's $19.99 a month. You get a transfer every month. You get packets along with it. So they'll send you with certain color packets that they think that would go with it. You do sign up for 3 months. So you'll get 3 months worth of it, and then if you decide that you don't want to do it anymore, you don't have to. If you want to continue, then you keep doing it. It's all up to you. You do get the advantage of first time you sign up, they do have a bonus package of extras where you can get some extra, like an extra tool, some white, like a containers like this. Let me actually show you what it would look like. So it's an actual container like this of white paste. So that way you can use it on any of your projects, because you won't get actual white paste like this, because they figure if you get that starter bonus, you'll have the white paste. You can get boards. I want to say something similar to this. I don't have a picture of it. I do have it on my Pinterest site that kind of shows Club Couture a little bit more. And if you're in my VIP group, it shows the Club Couture package a little bit more. So if you want more information on Club Couture, just put in the comments VIP, and I can give you some more information, and I can get you into my VIP group, and I can give you information on that, or I can get you a link to my Facebook, so that way you can get into my VIP group, so that way you can get information on that, because I can't give it to you on YouTube, so it's a little bit harder. But I can definitely give you guys those links and definitely share that with you. So just let me know, and I have no problem with that. The other thing is that you also get the directions on how to use this. So let's show you what it is. So it is, oh, what fun. So it has that little bird with the little leaves and everything. So, like I said, you'll get the transfer, you'll get your pastes, which you'll end up with 3. So you'll end up with sage, meadow, and candy apple. I don't have the candy apples. I'm not being able to show you all of them, but I'm showing you what I have. And then you'll get the instructions with it as well. So, and when you do get your pastes and you're using it, you just want to make sure that you mix, kind of squish it a bit, mix your pastes, make sure they're good. You may not use all your paste, so you want to get like a little medicine container or something that you can put it in for afterwards, or just cut a little slit at the top and put a little bit out onto like a little plate or something, so that way you can roll this up and seal it really good and tape it, so that way air does not get into your packet, so that way you can use it again. Because if the air gets into it, it will dry out because it is chalk, and you won't be able to use it again, because sometimes you only need to use a little bit of the paste, and you want to be able to preserve it and use it again. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside because, like I said, I'm not using those. So I am going to use this board because it's one that I have that I had got picked up from a different store, which I can't say where I got it from online. I do apologize. If you want to know where I got it from, I comment in the comments and I can let you know. But it is just, I like this board, and I thought with the little embellishments that it has on the side would go great with what I'm doing as well. Always make sure where your hooks are, so that way you're doing it in the right direction. You can end up doing it upside down, and you don't want to do it upside down. That'll end up getting you in trouble, and then you have to flip it around. That would not be fun. I've seen many people do it upside down, and my daughter has a tendency to do things upside down. So I've already been messing with glitter and everything this morning, and so I've got glitter on my board. Go figure. So the first thing you want to do is you want to open up your transfer. So also the nice thing about these is it tells you the instructions right on the back of the package. So it gives you use and care, how to use it, right on the back, and also how to clean, your transfers, how to take care of it, everything. So that's really useful. So you want to keep your thing, your package, take care of it, so that way you have it, so that way you know how to do that. Okay, I am just going to, I forgot to grab my transfer scissors, so hold on, let me grab them. You don't have to have transfer scissors. I just like them because they cut nicely, but you can use regular scissors. I just like them because then I can easily get under here and cut my transfer, so that way I can keep my backer and it won't stick. My scissors won't get stuck to to the silk screen or to the transfer. So I'm just kind of lifting it up a bit so that way I can get under. So there is a line, as you can tell here, and I am going to use that line as my guideline, and I am going to follow that, and I am just going to cut out my design. I could cut the design with the backer and just put it on another backing sheet, but I figure if I could keep this one as well, I'm going to go ahead and keep it, because then that saves me on backings. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these, and I'm just going to put it right onto my fuzzing cloth. So that is another thing that you want to have. You want to have some kind of towel, something that will have some fuzzing, something that will have, because you want to be able to add some fuzzy stuff to the back of your transfers. And the reason you want to do that is it's going to help protect your transfer from getting really stuck to the item that you are pasting. Because you want to protect your transfer, because if it gets really stuck to the item that you're pasting, it's going to be harder to pull up when you are done, and it's going to pull on your transfer, and then you have more of an advantage of ruining your transfer by pulling on it, because it's going to stretch your transfer, and you don't want to do that. So you really want to protect your transfer. Okay? So you just want to be careful with that. And so since I'm going to use these, it's not going to hurt to have them just sitting on my on my fuzzing cloth here. Okay? So this is just like a fuzzing cloth that I have with Couture, but this is just like a regular towel that I just picked up just from the store. It's just one that has some fuzzies on it. You can use your jeans, really fuzzy pants, anything like that. Just something that has some fuzz on it, really good fuzz, just to give the back of the transfer some fuzz, just so that way it won't stick, and it won't, when you're trying to pull it from your board, it won't stick really bad. Okay? Tanya, I really have a lot of glitter from that thing I showed you at the very beginning with the little flowers and the little bird. It left glitter everywhere. Crazy. The thing was full of glitter. Alright. So now, I'm just going to flip this over because I'm going to use the other side so I can fuzz. Oh, what fun, because that is what I'm going to use first, is my big one. Okay? So I'm just going to very carefully peel it off. If it was bigger, depending on the size, you just figure out what's easy for you on pulling it off. You don't want it to fold on itself, because it can stick to itself, and if it sticks to itself, it's like trying to pull it apart like duct tape. So you want to be very careful to not let it stick to itself. Alright? Oh, the other thing I forgot to show you, we forgot to mark our transfer. Okay, so if you can tell, this is kind of like a paper looking side, and then there's this side, which is the glossy side. This is the side that the transfer came off of. So I want to mark this side. This is the paper looking side. So I'm going to put on this side, oh what fun, because that's the name of my transfer. You always want to mark what your transfer is, or whatever the back of your transfer is, or something like that, because you want to make sure that you put this back on the right side, because you want to put it back on the glossy side. You don't want to put it on the paper side. If you put it on this side, it's going to ruin your transfer. And you can use this over and over again, and you can use it, the company says that you can use it for about 8 to 12 times, depending on your care and how well you take care of it. So the better that you take care of it, the longer it's going to last. Okay, so you really want to do your best at taking care of it. So I'm giving it some good fuzz. And I'm going to fuzz it twice just because this isn't a Couture board and it is a little sticky and I don't want it to stick. It's too sticky on this board. Let's see. That should be good. Okay. It's not sticking too much. So let's see. So I don't really know where I want my bird yet. So I think what I'll do is I will center it so that way I have room. Let's see, where do I want to go? Nope, I don't want to go this way. Glitter, I clean off the glitter and it still keeps popping up from who knows where. I'm going to center it as best as I can here because I want it just in the center. So it's a little tight with these little curly cues. Maybe if I kind of angle it just a bit. So that way it's not quite straight on. It fits it better. There we go. So it's centered this way on the board. But I don't have it centered this way. Because if I had it centered this way, then it didn't want to fit the little lines, curly lines, the right way. And then the one thing that you do want to do is you want to make sure that there's no bubbles. And then I have like a little hair in here, so you don't want those little hairs. And make sure that you get rid of any bubbles and little hairs, anything that gets under there, especially the silk screen area. You don't want anything under the silk screen. I got a little bit of glitter. Just work your hand all over, filling, making sure that it's gotten a good seal, making sure that there, like I said, that there's nothing in there that shouldn't be. And what you're looking at on the silk screen is these little areas right where your design is. okay? You want to make sure that there's nothing under here that shouldn't be there, okay? So like no bubbles, nothing that feels bumpy that could mess up your design when you're pasting, okay? And then, like I said, I left this one, I didn't quite leave it straight, so I kind of tilted it a bit, so that way I could get these lines right here in on the board, because it wasn't gonna fit on if I didn't slant it a little bit. So now it'll fit. So now I'm good. So let's paste it. So I was wanting to do this one. Let's do it. I was thinking of doing it this shimmer gold, because I was thinking of doing it to where the shimmer gold to kind of match the leaves and this stuff, but then doing the shimmer copper just to kind of match the other leaves to kind of help these ones stand out. So with the other stuff that I have here. So
so they've got a shop. We were talking about it.
Did I want to go the other way to match the balls with the shimmer gold? See, decisions. That's the hard part too. Is trying to decide how I really want the colors to bring it out. Because this could go with these little balls, which could match these right here.
But the defense has been the biggest key over the last 2 years. Shocking the tournament. And both get on the road. You know, it seems like you remember when you're a player and they changed the coach. They changed it like the head coach, and they changed it for the position coach. And they changed this, and they changed that. And then you realize, then you realize the next person be changing the player. You're like, oh, I like my job. And you step it up. That's what it looks like. We tried everything to get the team to get there. I wonder what the conversation was like in the group meeting.
Yeah, let's actually do it that way. So I'll do this actually in shimmer copper. So I've actually stirred these already. I stirred these before I went online. So pretty much you just want to stir them so that way they're good and mixed. So that way they're ready to go. You just kind of want it like at a yogurt consistency, so that way they're nice and mixed and good and ready to paste. Okay? You don't want them dry, and if it's too dry and kind of yucky, it's not going to paste very well. So, all right. A whole bunch of different areas, so it'll make it a little bit easier and quicker to paste. Because if I have too much, it's okay, because I'm going to squeegee it off. I mainly just want to get it all over. So wherever there was that open screen area is where I want to make sure I am getting this paste. Okay? The one thing that you want to do with this is that you do want to move in a quick fashion, because paste will dry out quickly. So if you do take too long, it will dry out on your silk screen and your board, and then it can pull up on your paste when you pull up the transfer, and then it'll pull up on your paste, and so instead of staying on your board, it's pulled up on the silk screen, and so then it's taking up some of your design. So you don't want to do that. So you want to make sure that you move quickly and get it mixed and putting all over your design. And so that's why I kind of put it in a few different spots, that way I can quickly get it all over and just get it moved around really quickly and get it wet. So I've got the paste all over the place. And once I've got it all over the place and got it all wet with paste, that's when I can start working at squeegeeing it off. Okay?
And you can put Thomas in the slot outside, flip him over, put him in motion. Okay.
So if you're doing multiple colors, that's where it takes a little bit longer to do. And if you do that, that's where you want to be a little bit more careful with the amount of area that you do. And sometimes instead of doing like a whole area like this, you'll do like a process that's called paste and peel. So that way you do a little bit and you pick up the transfer, you let it dry for a little while, and then you lay it down, you do a little bit more, just so that way you're not letting it dry out. So the next thing you do, you make sure that your hands are clean, so that way you're not getting paste all over the place. Nice thing about this is it is a chalkboard, so if you do get a little bit someplace else, you can easily wash it, but still. So you're just, and I don't know if I just hit that area or what I did, but it's really close to the top here, and I felt myself hit the board, so I don't know if I like put my finger right through it or what. I'll have to show you how to clean that up. I think I did because I have some paste on my finger. But I had like a little hole on it. That's why I say be careful because it is wet and you can hit air. So you're just pulling up. You don't want to pull from the corners. You want to like get from the corners and kind of pull from the middle, or pull from both corners, or like slightly from the corners. And you're just pulling up and getting it to come right up. So I have like a little water bath sitting here just off to the side. So I'm just gonna get it all kind of wet right here is all I'm doing. And then I'm just grabbing a Q-tip here. I just got it a little bit wet so that way I can kind of clean up what I did here. Because like I said, I kind of smeared it just a little bit with my fingertip because I had to kind of fix it a little bit. So I was able to put the paste back down over it where I kind of moved it. But I kind of moved the paste a little bit so it kind of looked a little off right there. And sometimes that can happen. So I didn't watch where my finger was as I was pulling up the screen and kind of slid right there, right with it. And that was my fault. But easy fix, easy peasy. And look at that. Look at how pretty that is. I actually kind of think I like that because it's brighter than the gold, and it really stands out. I think it's pretty. That's very pretty. And now I have the gold to use for the other part. So the other thing that you want to do is when you're done with it, you always want to make sure that you close up your pastes, put the lids back on because you don't want to get it have it dry out. The other thing that I always have near me is just disinfectant wipes, just to make sure I get any extra paste and whatnot off my fingers. Yeah, don't want to get it everywhere. But I'm gonna leave this squeegee here just in case I decide I want to use that color again. I can just kind of clean it off and use it again. I have more squeegees, but you know, just in case. So I am going to quickly dry this real quick, so I apologize, it's probably going to be loud. Sorry, Princess. Just scared my cat away. She wanted love, but then I turned on the blow dryer. And the nice thing with that is that it is paste, that it doesn't need very long to dry, but this was the shimmer paste, so you need to give it just a little bit longer to dry than the regular paste, just because it is a shimmer, so with that glitter in it, it takes just a little bit longer. So I'd added a little more heat to the blow dryer, so I have to make sure that my board gets cooled back down before I add any more transfers to it, because you don't want to have that heat on your transfers. It's not good for your transfers. Okay, so as that's going there, I got, like I said, waiting for that. I've already got my other ones on the buzzing cloth here. So now we get to decide where we want to put things. So I've seen other videos from other designers on where they put birds and where they've decided where to put leaves. You know, and it's all up to you and when you finally decide to do it, where you want to put things. Like I said, I had no idea how I wanted to do mine. I was waiting for my inspiration to talk to me. Sometimes my inspiration takes a while to speak to me. I don't know why. On certain things, it really does. And sometimes I will not do something until it does. So, but for some reason, for a while there, one kept talking to me and kept saying that I wanted one of the birds to be down here. And so I am going to put one right down here. Because then I can put my bird and my other one with the bow.
Disastrous week last week, and the reason why it's a heat
I'm thinking in this corner.
San Francisco right now is down.
I think that would work.
Arizona. They stumbled last week in a close fought game, but they're in pace now. They continue to stay in pace.
And then we can also add another bird just right at the top with some of the leaves all over the place. Or should I put the bird over here? So I wanted a bird in this corner regardless. But I could also put him here. And instead add him up here. You know what? I think I like him better that way. Yeah, and my daughter just walked in here. Let's ask her her opinion. Come here. I want your opinion. How do you like this? Put one big bird right here and then put another one up at the top. You can come around. Like that? Yeah. What were you wanting? Okay. You have to call Dad and have him go over and pick it. He's at the store. So she likes it that way, so I think we'll go that way. We'll put the bird up here and we'll do it that way. So that's the nice thing. We can always change things up. You can choose it one way and end up doing it another. Either way, I was thinking of a bird down here and ends up just being that one. So, you know what? I am okay with that. So this one is Poppy. Like I said, it's not Candy Apple because mine Candy Apple is getting really short, but it's still a red, just a different style of red. So I am going to get my little bird all colored on here.
This is only $1 each at Arby's from 2 to 5 and after 9 p.m. every day. Arby's, hope you like happiness. Arby's, we have the meat.
Get the extra paste off here because we want to keep our extra paste so we have it. No waste. Don't want to waste that paste. Keep that paste. And there is our little bird.
So you're ready to take the lead from customer to member? Welcome to America First Credit Union.
Hey, you, Arby's has a secret. The most economical time to eat all this food is
All right.
2 to 5 p.m. and after 9 p.m. It's only $1 each then.
I'm going to keep the Poppy lid kind of open because I know for sure I will be using that one again. Because I have some little berries here, right here, that I'm going to be using. So I think that little bird came out really cute right there. Okay. And then with the little bird down here as well, worked out. So let's pop some heat on that bird.
Is foot pain or discomfort preventing you from enjoying the activities you
So
love?
my cord is getting a little tangled here. It likes to get tangled.
Would you love to be
Ugh.
more comfortable when you
So then it don't come to me. Alright. That one's dried in that corner. Alright. So now let's add some of the leaves and whatnot.
For over 20 years,
Let's get
Food Store has been improving the quality of people's lives, 2 feet at a time. Our support from the Good Feet Store are designed to help alleviate, even eliminate, foot, knee, hip, or back pain. They can also help those who suffer from more complex
let's do some of these. Let's do some of the work on some of the shimmer gold.
pain in my feet was excruciating.
My feet were hurting so bad, I had plantar fasciitis.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, I just get these exports and I'm just able to get out of bed and do my normal commute out of the kitchen. So,
Put one down here.
To my amazement, I was like, wow, this really does work.
Without good feet, I don't know if I would have kept dancing. And if that pain would have continued, I don't know if I would even be where I am today.
I'm just happier. I feel happier. Our supports are never coming out of my shit.
And with it being a smaller little piece, it does make it a little bit harder to try to get on there and to try to stay on
to perform better and to be
the
happier
little
and productive at work and in life.
silk screen. So just do your best. If you do kind of fall off, it's fine. Use that little Q-tip maneuver that I showed you and kind of clean it up.
And have been searching for a solution. Today's program can be life-changing. You'll learn how
That's
good
that
the
one
art
over
supports
here.
from the
No,
Good
I'll leave
Feet
that one for
Store
a
can
leave.
help alleviate
Let's put
even
it
helps improving your balance, performance, recovery, and overall comfort, so you can get back out there enjoying all the things you love to do.
So you can use these a couple times, just real quick, just to
More energy. So many of you have tried all kinds of things to relieve your pain that just didn't work.
kind of
You've been endlessly
paste a
searching,
couple on,
wasting money, and perhaps
which is
even giving up hope.
before you have to like clean it.
Everything out there. Well, you probably haven't tried arch supports from the Good Feet store. Today you'll hear from real people who have had life-changing experiences with Good Feet arch supports. So let's watch.
Which is the nice thing. So
I started noticing that at the end of my shift, the pain was so much that I couldn't really focus on my job.
I had no idea what was going on. Get up in the morning and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel.
The pain traveled from my feet all the way up to my knees, and then it started affecting my back.
The pain level was
There's
over
that
10,
one.
and my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet.
When I walked in the Good Feet store, I said my feet hurt.
kind of started losing it just kind of right there at the end a little bit.
And arch support. So she put it in my shoe, took about 3-4
That's
steps,
right
turned
here.
around, sat back down and started to cramp.
Which I'll just kind of clean up and right here
I
just
had
a
no
little
pain.
bit.
So I went into the store 3 years ago. Ever since then, no pain.
You put in the arch
Which is
supports
okay.
and your day becomes better and the sun
Let's just
shines
quickly
and
dry them. Sometimes paste just gets under it a little bit, and so sometimes it kind of makes it to where it leaves a little behind, a little extra. So you can just use to clean it. It's no big deal.
Or even online. So take the first step and try this for yourself by stopping in at your local Good Feet store for your free personalized fitting. Good Feet arch supports are available exclusively at the Good
Sorry, I
Feet
probably got
store.
my head in it.
For over 20
Sorry.
years,
It's a little bit hard to
they
see.
will alleviate, even eliminate their foot, knee, hip, and back pain. They've helped people perform better and recover from activity more quickly. Try them out for yourself with a free personalized fitting and see how they work for you before
So
you
there's
buy.
that so far.
Just stop in at the Good Feet
Okay.
store near you and you
So
can
now,
living the life
I
you
did
love
want to make,
without
let's
your
do,
needs getting in the way.
I was thinking doing the smaller one out of these, and also the,
So I'm ready to dive in
Go.
and help them find a solution.
so I'm going to do this smaller
It's
one.
not gonna cost you
So I was going to do
anything
these
to come
ones
at least
in
try
the
the
green.
product on and see how it works. So when somebody comes into the store, we're gonna spend a good bit of time getting to know them, understanding what their work environment is, the activities that they like to do, and the shoe styles and types of footwear that they're typically wearing is important, properly matching them to an arch support. And then they're gonna get to walk around. They're gonna try on various styles of supports. They're gonna see how everything feels, how it works, and what they already like to wear and what they have in their
So I'm just
closet at
squeezing
home.
them into
Some
just little
people are a
places
little
that will
nervous about
fit,
coming into
is
the
all I'm
store
doing.
because they're not quite sure what to do. Some people are really sensitive about their feet.
One
I
little
know I
spot
was.
doesn't look like it went.
So they're a
this
little
way.
shy, but we have a very warm, welcoming
Just
environment.
add
We
just
work very hard to try to put people
smidge
at
there.
ease.
There we go.
They're also in a lot of pain in some cases,
Let's see.
so they're kind of
Let's
grumpy
add one with the
sometimes
bird
as a
here.
result, which is okay, but it's a matter of getting them comfortable and
Right
letting
around
them
the bird.
realize that we're here to help them. We're not here to just try to sell them something. I'm here to help you find the products that are comfortable and ultimately give you the long-term solution that you've been looking for. Plantar fasciitis feels like
And then I still have room up there to still add like a green
very intense
leaf
when I
with the
drove past
bird.
the Good Feet store. I thought, I'm gonna
So.
stop in. What can it hurt? When I came in the store, they
Which is nice.
Get free same-day delivery from Target.
So what makes it nice on this board is that there's plenty of room to do plenty of stuff. Plenty of ways to Explore your mind.
She didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made to vacate.
I think that's enough on the little ones. Because I got some big ones. And I think I want to use the big ones. Because I definitely want to get some grain on here. So, I think that's good.
Sponsored by Grey Goose. Give victoriously. And by USAA. Official NFL salute to
Okay.
service partner.
So let's just shoot some heat on these. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere near them, but still, just to be safe, in case I get near it with one of them, I don't wanna pick anything up. So.
Send the center out wide and right. Picks up a good game. I've never seen this before, but this is the first. So watch the center. And when he's gonna jump out like that, I've seen shifts. How great is it? Who do you think it was? Travis Kelce? It's right. Now look at. Okay, guys, I got it. Coach me. I'm sorry. They were never gonna throw you that ball. Sam Hollow moved over to center, but hey, his brother can catch it. Give him a chance one time. By the way, here's where you can set something up. There's a chance to see that again. Okay. And Kelce might do something with that ball.
Little green up
Second and
here.
5. Sanders. Nice piece of running. You waited for that to unfold, and he sets up.
One thing about these smaller ones is sometimes they're harder to pick up.
Now similar, you'll see unbalanced line. Look at how many guys are over here.
Because there's not much on them.
But you know what? It's a numbers game. If you only have 2 guys over
Green
there,
down here.
It's already the longest drive of the year by yardage that New England has allowed. They had an 81-yard drive against them by the Ravens 2 weeks ago. Now first and goal for Philadelphia from the 8.
Right over here.
Jump cut down to the 5. And Cody Devenport comes up to
Getting it on my fingers. So.
And this is where, I love Sanders. He's out of the backfield. He can run. Gives you a lot of different formations. They get big plays, passing, and he's really can run the football from the backfield as well. But this is where he missed Howard. You get him in 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. They can still run the ball. You get him in the red zone.
And go some
Guys, safety, close to the line of scrimmage. You need a physical back to get the extra 1 or 2 at the end.
You got some boy on there.
Sanders to do that. That's usually
Alright,
I'm sure I
so
was gonna use
that's enough of that grain. Or, sorry, of that one. Now I've got this little bigger leaf that will add in other places.
I know this was incomplete, but this was nobody's open for this play.
So,
Makes
this one's a little bit of a bigger leaf. It's not a spiral or like a Christmas. I think of it as a Christmas tree leaf. I don't. I can never remember. Evergreen leaf, I think is what it's called. To me, they always look like Christmas trees.
This drive started back at their own 5. They
Yeah.
had the ball for 9:29.
Yeah, I don't buy those very often, so I don't have any. Sorry, Tom. So I'm just gonna spread these leaves all over. Just they're pretty much the last of my leaves, and then I'll have like a few berries and a few more of those little sprig things that look like they have little balls on them left. And that's it. Oh, well, a few little lines, but that's okay.
Eagles and Philadelphia.
Nothing I can do about it, but it doesn't look too bad on the lines, so
Right now it's the Eagles.
it
2
happens.
seconds left. Longest kid is still quality to start second quarter.
Here.
Yeah, I'm trying to make some soup with that chicken.
think so this is kind of hitting its limits on its transfer, or it's not wanting to give me as many like the other ones did. It could be that it's not wanting to do it as much as the paste or the shimmer did. So I will have to heat it just a bit. Give me just a sec. I'm gonna have to add a little more or fix that one a little bit.
Side effects were pain, redness, and swelling at the injection site, limited arm movement, fatigue, headache, muscle pain, joint pain, less appetite, vomiting, fever, chills, and rash.
So I'm just cleaning off the top where the silk screen is. Because I didn't do this last one very well right here. It started getting stuck in the screen. So I'm just gonna fuzz it real quick. Okay, so I am gonna just try to reline it back up on here.
Find everything you need to get together this holiday with low prices and free shipping on millions of items at Amazon.
Okay, I am going to clean off my squeegee a little bit. So that way I don't have any dry paste on it. And then we'll give it another little pass through here.
Figuring out what state of the jury is what I do.
Monday at 10, 9 Central on CBS.
There will be two people going home. You're playing for a lot right now on Survivor. A new Survivor, Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
At this point, Tim, when all
Easy to
off
fix.
this possession, 2 steps as we see it, and the moment a Bonnie Carter knee hits that end zone, this play is over.
Alright.
The touchdown Philadelphia from my angle. I think when his knee hits, he firmly has possession as a receiver and makes
That
this a
looks good.
I think there's no question. Watch the right knee right there. Jones does not have the ball there.
Wait.
And that would be the issue I'd have.
Oh, that green.
If you,
That really brought it out. That green.
like you said, Gene,
The green
that's a touchdown.
brought it out.
Because by the time Jones takes
With
it,
all that shimmery copper and gold. It needed that green. It looks really, really good. I like it. Alright, let's add on. Let's add some air heat to that. Almost forgot. Needed to add some heat to that leaf. Can't forget that.
I mean, that's a huge difference.
Not my. Actually, don't think I'm gonna use this big one. I'm gonna use my smaller one.
He knows how important this game is.
So this one is a multi-tool, so it is smaller. I got some glue on it.
About a
Just right
95-yard
there.
drive. That's the longest allowed by New England
So I'm gonna
in
use
the
a
regular
different one.
season in 8 years.
I must have not cleaned it very good last time, because it still had a little glue. Shame on me. Alright.
Pass now in 13 straight games. Tied with Russell Wilson for the longest active streak in the league.
Got a glitter there. So now just little berries.
Here it is. Dallas got it. Little
Got
Dallas
some
in
green
Philly.
paste on me.
He's
Get rid of that green paste.
the two guys are two tight ends. This offense goes right.
Don't want green paste on me.
Finding out who they are. When you have a
Okay.
play like both these teams did, when you come back, you're
So I'm just gonna add some berries here and there.
two tight ends. Run the football. There he is. Jeffrey Lurie. He's excited for this game, and he's built a really outstanding team these last few years.
know I still have this one left, but
in their last game.
Obviously, no team is still. This is New England Patriots can overcome anything. Okay, we've seen it.
but I don't think I need it on here. I really don't.
You're going to see them. He's already started to
I think it looks good the way it is. There is a lot on here, and it's got the big ones, and I think it looks fine. So we're just gonna put it back on its factor because I don't need it. So I think it looks good the way it is, just like that. Reheat it, get them dried. And get that green out of here.
big body receiver, too. Well, you know, it's a big time thing. It's the first round pick. And if he's able to do that, it opens this up. You know, when Wynn comes back, I mean, New England's going to be fine. Whether they win or lose this game, like, when Wynn gets back, I'm telling you already, he'll be able to run the football again. He'll have more time in the pocket. When Harry starts playing well, we've got some new routines. This team's going to be really tough to beat again.
Got a little bit of green in the center, but I might just leave it. I don't want it quite come out very well. And I don't want to mess with the other part. It's more in the stretch here. Let's get the other part. Never mind. It's gonna stay. Okay.
A lot of them aren't names
So
that
I'm gonna put my tools in here.
Matt Lacrosse, Ryan Izzo, who's inactive today. Connor Olszewski, who's also inactive. Jacoby Myers, another rookie, undrafted. So been trying to find a lot of answers. And Tony
Make
Romo
sure that's all wet and make sure that's all wet.
touchdown passes though to 74 different players in his remarkable career, which is the all-time record.
I'm gonna set that out of my way. Just real quick with my small ones. I don't want to leave them in there for very long, so I want to get them out of there because I don't want them to lose their stickiness. But I want to show you what I'm going to do with that bow, but I just don't want to leave them in the water. So I want to get them out of here. So I am just going to quickly wash off the tops here of these. So all I'm doing is just making sure with the water in here, I'm just making sure that I'm getting all the paste off the tops here of my. So I'm just using my hand. Some of these, like the ones that I use the red on, I have like a little board eraser here that I'll have to use a little more just to get it off a little bit more because it won't come off with just my finger like with berries that I used. So I'm going to try to get off as much as I can on the OWUP bun in here. I might have to do it on the towel because my bowl is not that big. I think it's enough to get it wet, but not completely do a whole lot in here. So just get it wet enough. And I've got some of them stuck at the bottom here. Let's get them off here. So So as long as they're in water, they will not actually stick to each other. It gets rid of that stickiness. So that's kind of why you don't want to leave them in here for very long. Sitting in water, so you want to take care of them really fast. While I'm doing my project, it's fine.
And this is really just, you don't get the laces of the ball, you gotta throw it fast. It's super windy and the ball.
So I'm just gonna end up having them sit here and let them dry while I'm showing you the bow. And then certain pigments in the pastes on some of them, they can actually kind of leave a little bit of a stain on your transfer. Don't worry about that. It's fine. It just means that you've loved your transfer and that you've used it. No big deal. The board eraser helps take some of it off, but I mean, there's not much you can do. Like on this bird, like it just helped me take off a majority of it, but you're still going to be able to see like a little bit of a faint, kind of like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's still going to leave like a little bit of a faint image around it. So, but as the water dries, now that I have it out of the water, it is going to start gaining its stickiness back. Now this is where you want to keep it away from the other transfers and making sure it doesn't stick to itself again, because it will. And so you want to be careful. Don't allow it to get stuck anywhere else. Okay. So my tools can actually just sit in there for right now. They're not gonna get hurt. Okay. So I'm just gonna fold that on itself right now, so that way I can move it aside right here. And then I can talk to you about the bow. Okay. So now they're just kind of sitting aside, just drying a little bit. Okay. Don't need that right now. Okay. So again, here's the finished board. Doesn't that look gorgeous? And we still have this open space for that bow and for that other little bird. I can't wait. Let me get my other scissors because I'm not going to use these for cutting my bow, my ribbon. Okay. And I am going to put my pastes away because I do not need my pastes. So, no reason to have them cluttering my work area. I need my work area. Let's see. That was my husband. I should probably get my glue gun out. I'm going to need my glue gun. And if I don't have that heating, it is not going to do us any good.
At Ring, we reinvented the doorbell, and now we're reinventing home
way you can kind of see me as I'm talking. So I don't do very many bows. I have learned different things because I love to be creative. I love to be artsy. My theme before this, like, I love to, I love to draw. I love to crochet. You ask anybody, I'll do different things. And there goes my thing. Because I don't have a hole or anything, so it doesn't set very well. It never wants to stay. Go figure. It's like, come on. But anything that I can do that's designing or doing art that gets me doing this kind of stuff, I love doing it. So that's why I love this, because it gives me a little bit of everything. But I don't want to just, do just this and not, have a little bit of something else to it. And it's like I've always worked with things like this, but never done a whole lot. So, so I've done some, but not all that good. But I've learned a few different things. So I'm just gonna do just like one where you just kind of tie some little knots, bows, like little strings together. It's just gonna be a simple little thing, nothing, no big crazy bow, because I'm gonna do 3 of them, and they're all gonna be pretty much the same. These 2 are, let's see. Actually, I think they might all 3 just be slightly a little bit different in size, not by much. So it's not like I could do a bow that has like 3 different sizes or something. So I was like, okay, how can I do this? And I think this might just be the best type of bow that I can do, or type of bow looking that I can do. So this is what I'm going to go for. I'm just going to cut them all. Trying to find the sharpest part of my scissors. They're not very sharp. I need one other thing. I need my ruler. So I kind of got some colors that would somewhat, this one is the only one that kind of, just because I don't have a copper or a gold, but I kind of figured this would somewhat, it would still kind of somewhat go, and I thought it would look good still with it, so I went with that. But I am trying to think of how much I would need to be able to tie it. Because I want to do it something like this and still have enough on both ends.
New England did it against Philadelphia first.
Let's try.
2nd and 6. Lane Johnson is out. He's got 3 on him, including
Try 10.
who's playing a little offense today as well.
Let's see if that's going to be
I can already tell you.
long enough.
Adjustment. See the 2 backers, they're
Just
going to
leave
go
it right there in the should leave about 4 on each side.
Roberts, Hightower,
Yes.
Jamie Collins will be in there at some point. The running back has to block one of the two. Good adjustment by Bill Belichick.
Okay.
If Sanders is going to try and block back there.
And now what are you going to do here on 3rd and 17? The right tackle again has been taken to the locker room.
So we'll go 10.
Lane Johnson. Wentz fires it incomplete. Intended for Matthews and Tracy with more on Lane Johnson.
That's right, he was carted into the locker room. I'm being told that it is a head injury. He is being evaluated right now.
I'm thinking of doing 2 of each of these.
Vitae moving over to right tackle on that series.
Bartels, you know, he's played a lot. He's fine. He'll be okay. Lane's obviously a phenomenal player. Been for a long time, so that's a it's nothing serious.
Johnson's punt caught at the 37. Sanu. Sanu's still going. And he takes it over to the Philadelphia side of the 50 after a 14-yard run back after a 47-yard punt. Rudy Ford made the tackle. If you like
I think this one I might go 3 or 4. Just because it is smaller or thinner.
The Jeep Compass, the most capable compact SUV ever, and Jeep Cherokee, the most capable midsize SUV. It's Employee Pricing Plus at the Jeep Black Friday Sales Event.
With Employee Pricing Plus, purchase and get
I'm sure this
$4,800
one
below MSRP, plus $1,000 price per capital bonus cash on select 2019 Jeep Cherokee models in dealer stock. With the savings rates offered at some banks, your money almost seems like it's frozen. But not here. With Capital One, you can open a new savings account in about 5 minutes and earn 5 times the national average. Open one from here. Or here in a Capital One cafe.
No, I still need one more.
There are no fees or minimums on savings or checking accounts because that's how it should be. This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Have you ever worked with Dr. Francis? Oh yeah, he's okay.
Just okay?
Guess who just got reinstated?
Well, not
I'm
officially.
making glue
Nervous?
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, me too.
It's already leaking glue.
Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
I'll see you there. Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network. Now with our
Now
best
time for
plans,
10
starting at
of the
$35
red.
for 4 months. New from AT&T.
Okay. So there is those colors. And to try to keep them centered. That's going to be the fun part. To keep the I'm trying to decide if I want to tie it all, not all together. Try to do.
Sanu kind of got rolled up on that, Tony, on that punt return.
Let's do this. This.
You see the yardage right there? Rushing yards. 2 today. For New England. That might break this whole thing. That'll get better. New England comes back. But they're now on the ball to win a little bit here. They can't just pass over and over again.
Running on 1st down, good bet. For 3. Yeah, it wasn't pretty, Sanu, on that return. Watch the end of this.
I will not be watching the end of this.
How did you know it was ouch if you didn't look at it?
I did see it. That's why I didn't want to watch it again. You see right there, looks like they went and taped it up. And sometimes that's one of those you can play through, and then all of a sudden you close up to something the next day. It's just
Brady somehow got that away, and it's incomplete for Burkhead.
so good. No, it's not gonna work on there.
Across the middle for a first down. Flag is down.
Edelman wins in 1 step. Brady's still right at the end. He's about to get hit. Outstanding route. Brady sees the coverage. Lets it go.
It's just a matter of getting them to move around and playing with them now.
There's no foul.
You gotta kind of move them.
The defender went over the top of the receiver. Result of play, first down.
Play goes for 13 and a first down.
So to the left, Cole Edelman throw it right away, and then you see, I think they were looking for targeting, and they said, yeah, that's what they were talking about. McLeod goes right over.
Because once you get on the board, you can actually kind of glue them to where you want them to, and then they'll just kind of fly, kind of move around and be where you want it as well. So they'll just kind of sit here.
For New England, and
Okay,
this is exactly,
but it'll sit on here,
you gotta survive that early portion,
right down here,
and then all of a sudden you start
and then sit here.
which isn't quite as
So now I got to get this trimmed down
can't get behind too
where I don't need it now that I know where I'm going. That's going to be the fun part.
Second and 2. Burkett picks up the first.
I need wire cutters, and I don't have wire cutters.
Now, Nathan Gary just fall to the ground at the last moment. Already shorted that linebacking.
So I'm going to have to find me some wire cutters in order to get this on. I did not think about that. It didn't space me that I'm like, oh, no. So, I am just going to have to finish this off and just continue working on it. I will just have to post the finished project afterwards and show you guys on Facebook, and I do show it on Pinterest and
Sure, you can get a premium steak at a steakhouse.
what's the other one? Instagram as well. It's called Artistic Designs by M&M. So if you want to follow me there, you definitely can. Let me see. I don't know if I have my card out right here. I do not see it. Let's see. Where is it? No, right here. So.
Alexa, play the new Taylor Swift on Amazon Music. You need
So right here, so here you go. Okay. It's not wanting to show up with the picture, guys. I'm sorry. So
We know a thing or two
here it
because
is.
we've seen a thing or two.
I apologize. I have changed it, so take off the CC for Artistic Designs by M&M CC. It's just Artistic Designs by M&M. So no longer CC.
What's right for the people
Okay.
who build your trucks is right for you. Welcome to the Ram.
So, but I'll play with it and I'll get it working a little bit better on that. And I will show you the finished design with the bow, because it's not wanting to play right. Because like I said, I'm gonna have to get the wire cutters, and I gotta go find those in my husband's fun galore full of tools. So I will show you. All right. So I will definitely get this out for you. So if you like this, please share this. It will definitely help me out. Give me some love. Definitely. Definitely follow me to Facebook. Like me on Facebook. Share it. Definitely share it over there as well. And follow me on Instagram because I'm over there as well. Thanks for watching. If you watch this.